My name is Howard Sorkin. I live in Cooper City, Florida. I've been running for 40 years maybe, and I felt something that was going on in me, and I got to a point where I couldn't run at all. And I thought it was digestive, so my GP tested me for that because he never thought anything would be wrong. Everything is perfect, my cholesterol was perfect, the EKG was perfect, everything was perfect. So we looked at that point, and then he said, you know, maybe you should go for a stress test. Went for a stress test, and my cardiologist, Michael Braun, who I love, the greatest guy, he looked at it not too nicely, and he says, I want you to go for a catheterization. So I went into for the catheterization, and when I went in for that, I barely was able to walk from my car to the door of the hospital. The guy came with a golf cart, and he said, do you need help? And I said, yeah. And for me to say that is really something. So I went in for that, and they told my partner that I was probably going to die that night. Then they took me in, and the next morning they pushed people up, and they took me for the first patient in the morning to get operated on at 7:30 in the morning. I was laying there in the ICU, and they give you films to look at, and they tell you what's going to happen and stuff. And I said, you know, I could walk out of here if I want to, but you know, the alternative is not good. So that next morning, didn't expect it, they cut me open. And I was more than 90% blocked in 3 of my arteries, and had a triple bypass, and nobody believed it because, you know, I'm a runner, I'm basically vegetarian all these years, and I do everything right, and all my tests were right, and I was just one of those people that this happened to. It's basically genetic is what they came to a conclusion about. So, but Dr. Galbert and Dr. Abdullah, when I got out of there, I said to everybody, if I had $1 million a day to pay them, it wouldn't have been enough. Because not only are they unbelievable doctors, but they're artists. And if you want, you can't even see anything. I mean, you can't even see where they cut me open. It's like it's just a healing. Even my GP said to me, I can't believe how great this healed. So, you know, I'm doing that, but just, I want you to see that they did such a great job inside and outside. And I just can't say enough for them. They're just incredible doctors. And I've been seeing them sort of every 6 months, every year since my operation, which was in December 2007. And I consider every December, I think it was 28th, my birthday in a way, because that's when I had the operation. We were supposed to go to base camp on Mount Everest, and you know, I asked them, is it okay for me to do this climb, and asked my cardiologist, and they said, go for it. And we waited at the airport for 2 days because it was fogged in, and we couldn't get out of there, out of Kathmandu, to the starting point of the Mount Everest climb. So our guide said to us, let's go to plan B. Let's go to the Annapurna Range. Now the Annapurna Range is west of Kathmandu, where Everest is east of Kathmandu. Everest is a great accomplishment, but it's basically one big mountain, and I found out the Annapurna Range has 10 of the world's highest mountains. And it was so much more spectacular than if we would have gone up to Everest, because the views and what we saw and were able to walk to only by foot, there's no way to get there except by foot, was so breathtaking and so thrilling to see, and I'm so thankful I was able to see all these sights. It was a very rewarding experience. I was told I was one of the oldest people to ever do that climb. There were younger people that couldn't even do it. So. And they all say to me, how old are you? How old are you? You know, I was 68 at that time, 69 now. And I'm very thankful that I was able to do that. You know, I started out running again very slowly, but then I got up to doing my usual, I was doing between 5 and 10 miles a day. But after the after the climb, I decided that all the work that I've done all my life in running and all that stuff was just so that I could be able to do that climb, and I sort of I cut down on my running. So I run 3 times a week, and I do yoga 3 times a week, and I swim 6 times a week. I do laps, and what else? I bike 5 days a week and stuff like that. So I'm thankful that I could do it. My operation was in December 2009, and I did this climb in the end of May, the beginning of June 2014. So 7 years later is when I did the climb. And I've had, actually, with the past, I think it was about 3 months ago, I went for a, I think it's called the CT scan, that did a complete, slices of my everything, and everything is perfect, they said. So I don't have to worry about all the arteries, everything that they worked on was perfect. So I'm very thankful for that. So they did a good job.